Hey YouTubers, it's Chris from Gravy here, and today I wanted to talk to you about retargeting and remarketing with Google. So I have sort of had mixed results on retargeting. Generally find that the click-through rates are quite good, um, just by nature of the fact that people have seen your ad generally at least once or twice before, and it adds some new channels to your advertising versus just, for example, Google Shopping or Google AdWords search ads. So yeah, I just wanted to show you in the console here where it often shows up. You often see remarketing in the recommendations panel, and it's good to check out Google Ads recommendations. I often don't agree with all of them, or I'm very selective. Again, they love to tell you to switch to smart shopping campaigns where they manage the conversions for you and optimize your campaign. However, in other videos, I might have mentioned some cautions with this in that I prefer CPC, knowing my cost per click, rather than letting them um, make their best guess on what your cost per click is and optimizing based on other metrics like conversions. I've seen my costs skyrocket actually with their smart shopping and their AI or artificial intelligence. And so just again, a caution on that. I think it for new people who don't want to customize their bids per product group or their cost per click rate, they don't know what it is, then yeah, maybe this is for you. But yeah, just be wary of smart shopping. So back to retargeting. There often, again, are some recommendations that show up, and I've already accepted the recommendation in the last, and then I kind of switch on retargeting and off and do tests, and so I've switched it on the last week and had a question on it. So yeah, where you find it is in the audiences area, and basically what retargeting is with Google is they own tons of properties, obviously, like YouTube, and on their display network they have lots of websites that run their ads on Google AdSense, which is, and other people make money off their ads, and publishers make money on their network. So when you go into audiences, you can see a bunch of options for who you can target with um, retargeting or remarketing. And most recently, I looked at uploading. You can even upload your email lists, your subscriber lists to Google Ads, and they will, through Gmail, they will create dynamic ads based on your shopping listings and send emails out to them. Now, again, I haven't had any data here. I've tried this in the past. The click-through rates aren't great. Most people filter ads like that in Gmail. Um, However, if you've been spending money on AdWords for a long time, and as I have, you can retarget website visitors to your site, and you have to make sure that you've got Google tags that are implemented on your Shopify site, for example, and you can look that up, or I can cover that in another video. But and if you've been running Google Shopping ads, you've already got a lot of data with Google on your products, and so they use cookies, and they can retarget those people that have still had viewed an ad of yours in the last 30, 60, 90 days, and then they'll retarget them for you. Again, conversion rates, this is not a lot of data, but it's sort of typical, 1 to 3% click-through rates are pretty average, and I have a manually sort of set CPC around 25 cents cost per click for my high ticket items, but you can also play with that under the campaign settings area, which I suggest you do. So yeah, Google retargeting, hitting existing website visitors. using uploading your email list. It has to be a pretty big email list though to allow Google to use it to target. And I've got a couple warnings here saying, too small to target for some of these. This again, I've switched off retargeting and I've just switched it on again. So this might take a while to generate data on Google's side before retargeting. But anyway, it's worth a shot, and it's often their Google recommendations say you might impact your ad spend and your basically your revenue by sort of 1 to 3%. You could grow 1 to 3% if you used retargeting. So not huge, upside. I mean, even Google sort of admits that, yeah, this is just something else to add a few extra sales, per month, but definitely something to consider. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about retargeting. Again, it's you do it in the audiences area, and then there's other areas where you would find Google retargeting recommendations that would walk you through what partners are involved. Again, YouTube and Gmail obviously, and then there's some other network partners. That's the other thing to mention. I typically, when I'm buying ads on Google Shopping under my settings, I switch off, they ask about the networks that are included, and I typically switch off the partner networks and go with just the core google.ca or google.com. So, and I find the quality is better. There's, you get like walmart.com, so if you're, they actually show ads on walmart.com with Google. So, you got to think about that. Do you want to be on walmart.com where they have competing products and a larger breadth of products, or do you want to just show them your products specifically on Google Shopping? So anyway, it's more food for thought, but I would say yes, test retargeting, good click-through rates, and brand awareness. Typically, I see in my Shopify that customers spend about between 3 to 6 sessions before they buy. So they visit my product page 3 to 6 times. Sometimes sooner, but that's about the average. So with remarketing, it uses that same premise. More impressions from YouTube, from Gmail, more sessions with your product, the more likely they are to convert. So that's always a good thing. Anyway, thanks for listening. Please like or subscribe if you enjoyed this content, and I'll keep pumping out more videos. Thanks.